Hey y'all, welcome back to the Samuels. I'm
Hmm.
China.
Now, Matt,
On today's episode, we're going to talk about growing together or grow
growing
apart.
apart. All right. All right. Welcome back. It's been a long time, right?
Yeah, it's been a
Holidays, the craziness. It's been a lot going on. Mm.
yeah.
In a good way, though, but just too busy. Um, how you want to start this thing? Grow together, grow apart. Every time we put a video out, I want to say something before we start.
What?
It's a lot of hurt feelings every now and again. People taking things too personal. I want to say if the shoe don't fit, please don't try to wear it. It's not everything applies to you. Friends and family, and you know who y'all. We love y'all. It One thing about me, especially and my wife, if we feel away and we got some advice for you, we're gonna give it to you straight up. Especially who knows us.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not gonna wait to get on social media or to do a video and talk indirectly. I'm not a passive dude at all. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. So this ain't that. We talking through life experiences,
Mhm.
things that we experienced together and apart, and we came together and made sense of it. And also some of it is research. So yeah, don't take anything personal. But you want to start, or you want me to start?
You take the wheel, baby. You take the wheel.
You gonna follow up behind me because I lived through many lives already, right?
That's a fact.
um, I stand on that topic because I truly believe in growing together or you grow apart. And a lot of times people don't understand when you meet someone, you're in a specific place in life.
Mhm.
This is where you are. And you meet someone there, you guys are on the same level, same frequency, same vibration, same energy, looking for the same thing. Eventually, you stay in a relationship 7 years. These are chapters.
Right.
You go through different chapters in life. You go through growth spurts. You go through changes. Even females, you evolve. And people, especially people that get together when they're young and they're 12, teens, 13, 14, 15. You're not technically an adult until you're 25.
Right.
So the way you see life then, you don't see life now in whatever stage you're in, whether it's your late 20s, your late 30s, or your late 40s. And what happens is if you guys are not learning through life experiences together and you're not understanding, communicating, and building together and going through it together versus we just mate, we exchange money, we have sex, we have kids. I look at life this way and I accept them for looking at that life that way. What happens is eventually the relationships start to break apart and you're no longer equally yoked.
Right.
Now, the detrimental part of it all is that people will stay in it for the sake of finances, kids,
Right.
history, comfortability,
Mainly for kids.
mainly for
People
the kid. I've done that too. You know what I'm saying?
people stay miserable for
For the
the
kids,
kids.
right? And not knowing that you're making the kids more miserable by staying in a relationship anyway, because the kids seeing mommy and daddy unhappy. It's not a balance. The house don't feel like a home. There's no love.
Right.
And I've been there myself, so I'm speaking through experience. You know what I'm saying? Knowing when to let go is really important, and just accepting the fact that you might not be equally yoked. It makes me sick. I'm not gonna lie. That people could be together for 10, 15 years, 20 years, whatever it is. Let's just say 5 years, and you have kids. You're no
Mhm.
longer alike, and you can't walk away and co-parent or just walk away in peace and harmony, whether you had kids or not.
Right.
Why do we have to hate each other? Like, listen, it's okay to say, I love you and I wish you all the best and I want to see you happy, whether you're not, even if you're not with me.
Right.
And we can be friends. Because the one thing I told you, I said, I can see my ex in the streets and literally give her a hug and say, nice seeing you. I hope life goes well for you. With the dude or whatever. That's
Right.
how you know you're over the situation. But if you can't see your ex in the street with somebody else and be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Congratulations to you and everything. You're not over it.
Oh yeah, you still
You
holding
gotta
on.
heal. You holding
You
on
still
to it.
holding on to something.
Yeah. So there's no point of harboring resentment because that person left. And I always told you it's sad because usually in relationships, the one who does the leaving is the one who has to get hurt because the person that you left is a hurt person. So now that person wants to retaliate. Their
Mhm.
job is to attack you in whichever way or form. So I always ask you, I said, when we first met, I said, who left who? Because now I'm gonna know who's gonna hold the grudge. And it's sad that it's that way, but I know who's gonna have the grudge. Who's gonna wish bad on you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but yeah, my personal opinion when it comes to that, like growing apart, man, it happens all the time, and you can compare it to a house or a car. You know what I mean?
Mm.
At this point in my life, I like this car, or I like this kind of neighborhood. Now
Mhm.
I'm 35, 40, whatever age I'm in. I'm like, this don't resonate with me no more.
Right.
Outfits that I bought that was so fire. Am I lying? We held on to it. It'd be like, yo, 2 years later, I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
Like, why did
I feel like a
even,
little ass boy.
why
You know
did
what
I
I'm saying?
buy this? Tell me why I
Bingo.
bought this.
Yeah. So, and it's just to compare it to, it's just life in general. And I just think the part that bothers me is to be able to walk away in a healthy manner, to say, yo, like me and you we talked about this before when I said, I think you deserve better because I was going through a lot. Maybe you should just go ahead and, let this relationship go and let me sit through my troubles alone because I'm not a selfish person. Now, a selfish person would say, stay with me and whatever I'm going through, you going, we supposed to ride or die together. That's why dudes they're killing their woman and the women killing the man. And it's all of this crazy ass violence going on in these relationships.
Messiness.
Come on, domestic violence through the roof because somebody feels entitled. That's all that is. Nobody wants to walk away and say, yo, you know what? It's been a great ride and I really wish you all the best. But it takes a person with an abundance mindset to say, this might have not worked out, but God got somebody else for me.
Right.
I'm going to let you go because I'm going to add something into that, right? But I got something for you on that, but go ahead. We're going to talk about them placeholders.
But they say the family that prays together stays together.
Yeah, that's the optimistic side of it.
Yeah, but that's a part of growing together,
right.
As a family or in a relationship, or, we do things together to lift each other up. Because there's a lot of people in relationships where they break each other down. They break each other down mentally. It don't even have to be physically, where it's the domestic violence physical. It could be mental, and it's all because, I think, my personal opinion on it, if you with somebody and they breaking you down mentally, that's because there's something wrong with them.
They're reflecting.
Something is wrong with them mentally. So what only thing they can do, how could you say you love this person, but then you breaking them down mentally? Because there's something wrong with you. But if you building each other up, complimenting each other,
right.
Looking out for each other. It's not even just about, it's loyalty. Loyalty is the best thing, right? To me. That's the most important, having loyalty. But what's loyalty without all the other stuff, like building each other up, complimenting each other, making each other feel safe, stuff like that that's a part of growing together. You do it for each other, but there's some people out there that's just really selfish.
I'll look at something like that.
And when them being selfish, they're thinking about themselves, so it's hard for them to think about their partner because they're so busy thinking about what they want. What I want. So, I mean, growing together, it takes a lot, though. It takes a lot because you have to be willing to deal with everything that other person come with.
That's true.
If you can't deal with what the other person come with, it don't make sense. You got to be willing to say, well, he or she, they're like this, but I can deal with that because they have a quality.
What is who stuff you willing to deal with?
Yeah.
Is the person worth it? Everybody come with something, but is the person worth dealing with?
Is the person worth it? Yeah. So, growing together, it's a lot of work. But it has to. I think that it will have to be like, is that person worth for you to grow with them? Because if you could sit and deal with the little bullshit that they give you, or they do to you, how does that make you feel?
Right.
That's
crazy. I never even known that this was in the scripture. That's why I brought the Bible up for me. Married partners should meet each other's needs. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, 2-5. Yeah. Verse 2-5, chapter 7, right? He was just talking about that, and I seen it right here. two people become one through marriage, right? And it's a scripture of Mark. One thing I realized about something, and I didn't realize it till recently, so let me correct myself, how much the devil really don't like marriage. You know what I mean? How much people shun against marriages because they don't feel like they could be committed. Did you know that businessmen in the world trust other businessmen if they're married versus a single man? Because it gives an image of responsibility.
That I believe what you're saying. It's just like what we talked about a couple of episodes ago, where, you know, me having single friends versus friends in a relationship is the same thing. Because if I'm going out with another married woman, you are automatically going to look at that different, like, oh, she's married, she have her husband and her family. It'll be a safe space for me.
But the people are people no matter what.
No, yeah. But I'm just saying, it's just the thought.
Yeah, you're gonna trust it more, right?
This is just the thought of it. So I could believe that.
Yeah. And it's not to get married just to don't nobody listen to this and get married just to make it look good. No, we're just saying that. Yeah.
Even if you're in a relationship, you ain't gotta be married.
You don't have to be married. But marriage, when a person say married and kids, family, whatever it is, just marriage alone, it sounds like you have discipline and commitment to something and someone and to a household. You know what I mean? And you're a leader of something. You have to lead, especially for men to lead in a proper way. But I want to speak on something that's similar to what you were saying. People stay in relationships for different reasons. And one thing that I'm hearing a lot with people is the placeholder. That is a touchy subject I never hear people talk about. But I never hear people speak on social media. I never hear people bring it up. But I hear friends and family talk about it a lot. A lot of people I'm on the phone with. I want to get this understanding out that when you have a placeholder and you say, okay, I'm only doing this for now until this comes, right? What happens is God don't bless that, because and the person that's for you can't come in because you are not making space for what God had for you. So he's not going to send a divine partner into a world of mess.
Right.
So that's why they say, clean out your closet, make room for the new. You get what I'm saying? Get rid of what doesn't fit with you, that doesn't resonate with you, so that way God can bring what's for you. Clean house. Right. So I never understood when I hear my homeboys and people that I know be like, "Now I'm just rocking with this chick for now until I get a wife." That's not how that works. Because you don't have no room for the wife to come in because you got a world of mess and you're too preoccupied with a chick that you're not even happy with. So they're not making no sense right here. So the placeholder shit, I'm just not with that. You know what I mean? When you met me, I was single. I kept it real. This is what I got going on, but I ain't got nobody. You know what I mean? So there's room for you to come in. But if I had a situation and I'm on the phone with like, yeah, and I'm not answering your phone at 9 o'clock, all of a sudden,
you a lie. You was not by yourself. You had girls.
I had chicks, but not a girl. I wasn't committed to nobody. Oh. That's what I'm saying. I didn't have no placeholders. I told you straight up, I got chicks running little hot, little situations going on, but I ain't got no girl. I answer the phone when I want to answer my phone. They could be sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking on dudes that really got a woman and like they're not happy. Right. Or women that really got a man in front of them, but they're not happy, but they going to do. That's where the cheating comes in. That's a placeholder. You're not committed to the relationship. You're not happy in a relationship, but you're going to rock with this for now because this is comfortable for you for now, even though you're the same way you see yourself being, and interrupting the divine partner and the person God got for you. Yeah. You blocking your own blessings. Bingo. Come on. You blocking your own blessings.
Right.
You can't do that. I don't believe. Me personally, I don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? And I really can't compare that to anything because I'm not going to throw away a car because I'm like, all right, I'm driving a Camry. I want a Benz and I'm going to throw it away and walk until God give me the Benz. Now, I can't compare it to that. Right. But I can say in most cases, you ever hear stories of dudes just save this money and they quit their job. And then they wound up being a millionaire or they started their business. You know what I'm saying? In most cases, you do say, all right, enough is enough. I'm done with this. I'm going to make room for the new. Because if I'm a divine partner, you a divine partner, you feel like you're special in God's place, God in God's heart. You're special to him. And he's going to send somebody. You want somebody that's special. You want somebody that God divine, that's your partner, that's equally yoked. Why would God bless your mess? Your situation is messy. So now you're going to wind up getting another messy person. And you're like, oh my God, he sent me the same person all over again. Oh my God. What you thought you was gonna get? You still rocking with Miss.
That's true.
Niggas be on the phone and like, yo, bro, I keep attracting. You still doing the same thing.
Right.
You didn't say, all right, I'm gonna stop all of this. Let me work out, take care of myself, read, talk my business. You know, prepare myself for the person that I want to attract.
What we talked about the other day today. We was talking about you attract who you are.
Bingo. Yo, listen, man. I got people that I talk to and they be like, yo, man, year after year, I think I'm cursed. You only cursing yourself because you didn't change. Because the universe, God, they can't send you anything outside of what you are, what you're capable of doing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like me sitting here telling myself I want $1 million a year, but I still do things that a petty ass dude that work at, I'm not even gonna say a job, all right, a 2-bit hustler. They call it 2-bit hustler. You know what I'm saying? You still doing petty shit. You still hanging out on the corner drinking, doing dumb shit, but you like, yeah, I'm gonna get blessed. This year I'm gonna score me a job making $1 million a year. I'm gonna start a company, but you still doing this. Who investing into a company with somebody that's doing this? You can't wake up on time. You don't go to bed right. You don't even drink enough water. You ain't exercise. You don't read. You don't have nothing going on. But you swear to God, $1 million is gonna drop out the sky. You're not making sense. You're not aligned for what you're calling, what you're praying for. So that's why when I say hear people like, yo, bro, I'm just rocking with this for now. You're not making no sense. And I honestly don't respect that. Because to me, you seem like you're scared of your own shadow. To me, you're scared to be alone. That's how I see it. You're afraid of working on yourself and being alone. Sometimes being alone is good because you get to know thyself. So you can know how to teach people how to treat you.
Yeah. Because we had this conversation when we first got together about me being one with myself before we got into a serious relationship. Right. We had that conversation. So
realizing what worked for you and what don't. Right.
What don't. So you got to know yourself. You got to know yourself to know what you want. Mm. That all bring back to go back to the beginning where if you don't know who you are, how you gonna know what you want?
What you want in life. And what works for you.
What works for you or where you trying to go.
That's a fact.
You wouldn't know that.
No, it's really true. But you know, to keep into the subject of, I know we talked about growing together. I know we went a little bit off subject. That was like a 2-for-1 special placeholders. Right? But no, because people do, no, seriously, because it does align. You can't grow together with somebody, right? If you guys are not equally yoked and you guys don't have the same, it don't even have to be the same dreams, but you have the same aspirations in life. Right. You know, I want a nice, you know, saying I want a nice home. I want a nice home. You know, I want a beautiful family. I want a beautiful family. However, we decide to get there. Your prayers with God is not my prayers with God. That's you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if we're not equally yoked and growing together and learning, going through this journey in life and enjoying the journey, because it's the process that you got to trust, right? Mm-hmm. It's the tough times that mold you into appreciating all the good things that come your way. You know what I mean? That God has for you. Right. So if that's not the case, your man is looking that way and your woman looking that way or vice versa, it ain't gonna work. You grow apart. But then you don't stay in that situation. Somebody got to be mature enough and say, you know what? It was a good journey. Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah. But this ain't for me no more. And I want to see you happy. Just go ahead. You know what I mean? That's the mature way of doing it.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the world we live in, there's not a lot of that type of mature people out there. I don't think so, because instead of like what you said, like manning up and be real with yourself and the person that you love or used to love or however, and just say, we was good together, but now we're not working out no more. We're not on the same page. We're not aligning with each other. So let's just separate and be peaceful. Now when people break up, they want to fight. They want to kill each other.
Child support, spousal support. I'm going to expose you. I'm going to put a video out and show the world what you did. Like, y'all just doing too much, bro.
Friends
and honestly, you look like a clown doing that, because I always say, to me, to real ones, people that do that try to shit on somebody, make somebody look bad once a relationship when you break up. Because I'm saying most real people that think is going to say, you was with him for 10, 15 years. Now all of a sudden he this dude. So what happened? After 2, 3 kids, now all of a sudden he this type of dude. Like common sense to tell you, bro, you just a bitter bro. Like, oh, you a bitter dude. Oh, she was trash. She was a bum anyway. But you was laid up with her. No condom, laid up years. Bro, knock it off, bro. Not they be, and nobody says that. They just be sitting there with the popcorn, like, you heard that? No, this is trash, bro. Because you didn't stay in that relationship room for no reason. It's just that sometimes we just grow apart, and that's the moral of today's topic is, growing together, grow apart. Accept the fact that it ain't that. And I was about to interrupt, I had something on my mind that just came back to me before I forget. It's a difference, and maybe we could make it another topic between lust and love.
That's a good.
And a lot of these deaths and all that you see in the domestic violence and crime. That's what I was trying to find a word. I got it. Crime of passion. Is it passion or crime of passion? Help me. I think it's crime of passion.
Crime of passion.
Yeah. And sometimes people get off on that. They get less time or they get off because, I walked in and she was sleeping with somebody else and I killed everybody in the dog. Oh, he just was in his emotions.
A crime off the emotions.
Off emotions.
Passion.
And I think what happens is, that's why I said we need to talk about that next, is love and lust. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. People stay in relationships for lust, and they don't be loved. And a lot of women don't know the difference. A lot of men don't know the difference between love and love.
I've been there, so you're right.
Man, a dude will kill you because he don't want nobody else to get that.
But do you know what? You are right. I've been there, so I know what you're talking about. But at the time, you don't know. You're not thinking it's lust. If you don't, that's what. Remember,
take it away and see what happens.
No, but remember,
take the box away and see what happens.
Remember what I said. Remember what I said in the episode we had, and I said that love. You don't know what love is. Mm-hmm. You won't know what love is until you experience
real love.
So know, at the time, I didn't know that I was lusting. I thought it was love.
Right.
But yes, because of you, baby. Mm-hmm. I know what love's supposed to feel
like. Right.
So now I look back, I'm like, damn,
but some relationship is not. So you gotta know. See that. And again, I'm gonna start pulling these scriptures soon, more often now, because I read. I be trying to. And I can't take God out of nothing. But the one thing that's one of the deadly sins is lust, right? Uh-huh. That's one of the sins. And one thing about lust is to identify where does lust lie. You could say lust. You're not gonna lust somebody that you're not super attracted to, or the sex ain't great, and that's all you ever known. You know what I mean? You're attracted to them through their flesh, and then that's the other part of the greed, the money, materialism. You know what I mean? Some women can stay in a relationship because of materialism. They might not kill a dude for material. They're gonna take you for some child support. But I think more of these crimes of passion comes through lust. Yeah. Dudes busting through windows, climbing through balconies and all of that. They don't want them sleep with nobody. I ain't gonna beat up one of the dudes' females too. Jumping on top of cars, taking phones. They going crazy. Like the thing show we was watching yesterday. She flew out to a whole other state to kill the new bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then took the charge. Like, all right, give me life. I don't even care. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's like a real lust thing. It wasn't money. It was lust.
She thinking she in love.
There you go. Yeah, it's lust.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
But what does it stem from? A lot of dudes playing with people's mind.
I have a question for you. How would you define growing together?
Let me not talk before I think. I define growing together is when we share similar goals, when we can look back together, me and you especially. Like, I know it now. I don't think I really grew with anybody else. I think I always grew apart from my past situation, right? Mm-hmm. I've been growing apart. We share similarities when it comes to home, when it comes to financial situation, when it comes to our dieting, when it comes to travel, when it comes to family, when it comes to resources, almost everything. Every 5 to 6, 7 years that we had, right? 5, 6, 7, where things could have just went left, we've been on the same plateau. We were looking at the same thing, and we had interest in the same thing, and we desired, and our hearts was in the same place. I've never felt like you was going to the left and I was going to the right. Mm. And if I did feel like you was getting into something that I didn't understand, and like, what? You want to go to church now? Like, I don't really tie in too much to the churches. A lot of them is fraud, but I love God and I'm into it, born Christian. But I understood you and I went because I said, you know what? Let me give it a chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I said, okay, this is cool, but You know what I mean?
So you ain't want to go with me to church?
I don't, man, these churches, not all of them, but they wicked, bro. I ain't into all that. I find church right here in my living room. But I'm just saying, for what it's worth, I think that how you defined it is, do you still feel the same way you felt about the person when you first met them? True word. Confirmation. That's the difference.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you get on my nerves a little more? Yeah. Oh, of course. But that comes with it. Because it's a good, remember said, who shit worth dealing with.
Right.
Like, I could deal with that. That's an 80-20. I'm not getting rid of my 84, 20% bad and then wind up with an 80% terrible. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You only got 20% bad, I take it. You wind up with an 80% bad and 20% good, I'm gonna feel like, damn, bro, I just did a whole whoop-de-doop on myself.
For no reason.
For no reason,
that
bro.
That happens to a lot of people, though.
What? Because somebody gonna have something. That's the devil. Somebody gonna have something. That 20%, it's gonna be the devil gonna come in that where they good in that 20%. You're gonna be like, yeah, you are better than my wife. Let me go over here. And now you start like, wait a minute. I'm on my wife back. It's too late.
Then it's gonna be too late.
Nah, bro, I'm good. I know how to read between the lines.
I'm pretty sure a lot of women out there made that mistake.
People, man, we all make that mistake.
People, but find yourself first. Learn yourself first.
Yeah.
And you can avoid a lot of stress and headache when it comes to being in a relationship if you know what you want. Mm-hmm. And you know where you see yourself, and what fills your soul,
right?
Find yourself first, and then you'll get to that happy place that you dream of, or that you lay in bed at night and think about. It's just not even just women, it's men too, because there's a lot of men out there as well running around confused and don't know if they want.
Down pipe, you laying down. They laying down pipe crazy out here. I have stories I've been hearing from my homeboys like, bro, you can't be hitting the bottom of a chick, and then you gonna say I'm not with you, bro. That's gonna cause somebody to kill you, bro. Like you can't be doing that, raw dogging and piping and bro, and you doing too much. You're playing games, and you know that's not where you really want to be.
You don't know what's what.
That ain't it.
That's not what you want.
That ain't it, bro.
But you just gotta know yourself first, though. You gotta know who you are.
Oh God,
you know where you trying to be at.
Where you trying to be.
Mm-hmm.
People could feel it too. They can feel it. Yeah, they could feel it. Yeah, you could feel it when somebody for you and when they're not for you. Because I remember I was like, yo, if you go around somebody and you feel like you gotta suppress who you are, and you gotta drink to be around that person, there's two ways to tell, right? Remember we thought that, well, it's two ways to tell. Right. If you feel like you gotta suppress who you are when you're around them, and you gotta drink or do any type of narcotic recreational drugs to stomach them, that ain't really where you need to be at. You know what I mean? That's how you know. Like naturally, I can't go a whole day without speaking to you. I can't go half a day without speaking, right? I mean, you in the morning, you will come, why you ain't called me yet? I'm like, bro, I was working. Like, I was about to call you now. Like, I'm busy. You know what I mean? So that's natural love. That ain't, that's not faking the funk. And we tried to break up and it didn't work. So
yes, y'all. We talk all day at home, and when he's at work, we still talking.
If I ain't own my own business, I wouldn't be able to do that.
We still on the phone for hours when he's not here.
Yeah.
We communicate well, right? Mm-hmm. I'm learning to communicate with him more, but
I'll open you up. Yeah.
But together we have a lot. We have a lot to say to each other.
Oh God. Yeah.
We have a lot.
Because we going through life. We experiencing life together. Yeah. You're not over in the corner doing your own thing. I'm over in the corner doing my own thing. Like, even though I go the other way when it comes to going out and hunt the food and bring it back, like as far as like making the money, but you understand the business. And and honestly,
that's a part of us growing together.
Yeah, because you speak into things and you believe in things and you help me like, nah, I don't see that. Don't do that. Don't do it like that. I'm like, you know what, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Because your intuition be popping. Yeah.
We help each other mentally.
Yeah.
We help each other mentally. Like, you call me and like, before I go fuck around and do something,
or curse somebody out.
Let me tell you.
Talk to you real quick.
Let me talk to you.
I need somebody to calm me down. That's a Beauty and the Beast concept. Like only the Beauty and the Beast. Like, he's like, the beauty could calm him down, but anybody else can't calm me down but her. He's like, listen, man. Or sometimes I snap and then call like, you think I messed up? I shouldn't have cursed him out like that. For real. But on to the next video, man.
Yeah, grow together. Mm-hmm. That's the goal.
And if it don't work, leave.
Let's go.
If it don't leave, man,
yes, do not stay in a situation where you're miserable for the sake of anything.
Kids,
anything.
Nothing.
Kids, money.
It's 8 billion people in the world, dog. You think somebody ain't for you? Bro, I used to tell people abundance mindset, bro. It's over 8 billion people in the world. Somebody gonna love everything about you.
That's true.
Yeah, kiss a couple frogs until you get the prince. That's all. What are you talking about?
I mean, looking at these 50, 60-year-old women that's out there that was just talking about being single and miserable and lonely.
Damn fool.
Because all their life they're running around not knowing what they want because they don't know themselves. Now they older, they just want to settle down with anything because they're lonely. Like,
nah. And you know what? It can happen, but you know they can still be redeemed and get somebody for them. The problem is that a lot of times you got to go through therapy and get some professional help to get rid of those toxic traits because you have that entitlement nature. So you're gonna have people say, "Oh, want me to lower my standards." It's not lowering your standards. It's just that you have to understand that nobody's gonna be perfect. There's no perfect person walking the earth. So everybody got some bullshit with them. So you got to accept the fact that as long as this person is somebody that is balanced for you, if make you feel good, he might not be cute. He might not be 6 feet tall with an 8-pack. He might not have $1 million in a bank account, but he make you happy because happiness, none of that don't matter if you're gonna have happiness. How many people we know with money they ain't happy?
That's true.
They got the bag and they grayed out.
That's true.
Miserable. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm living better than you. The fuck? You all the way emmed up. Bro, y'all can miss me with that, bro.
That's true.
For real, bro.
Happiness starts within.
Yeah, for real. Start within yourself.
It starts within, you know. You don't want to. When you get older now, you're older. You're miserable because you're single, and you saying, "Oh, I should have did this different. I should have did that different." Because, like what you said, she probably feel like he or she probably feel like I'm lowering my standards to be with this person, not knowing if that's the person that God sent for you.
You didn't knock your own blessing.
And then now you're older and you're lonely, and now you're saying to yourself, "I'll take anything."
Right.
Now you want to take anything on anybody.
It's too late.
Because you had such this standards before, but now your time is out. Your time done
hit the wall.
You
hit the wall.
Your clock done ran out already.
And young dude want a baby. He might want you to do some cartwheels and then upside down. He gonna want to go have fun. Now you too old for that. Put that leg down. I can't stretch like this. I'm tired. You get an old dude. He feel like hell nah. I ain't coming to deal with no miserable old woman like me. No, dudes get old. They want them younger. If he's single, he wants something younger. He cheating on his wife already, so he don't want you. So now you don't put yourself in a handbasket full of shit right now. My God.
Grow together or grow apart.
Yeah.
People just gotta know not that growing apart thing is serious.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta know when to let go. It don't always have to be messy. It doesn't always have to be bad.
For the kids.
It's
been years.
Just grow up and learn how to let shit go and let it be. Let go and let God.
Yo, you ever seen them ones that be like, I'm staying with the kids? Even the kids stressed out. Everybody looks stressed out. Even the kids like, I'm sick of these niggas. And like, I'm sick of their ass. Mom and daddy always fighting.
They always fighting.
He ain't got no money. She stressed out. She downstairs smoking cigarettes. This is crazy. But they together though. Kumbaya. They together. That's why at least I stuck it out. Okay, yeah. Keep sticking it out. And you wind up with a damn heart attack, or you call the kids a stroke and they paralyzed on one side of their body. What happened to you? Stress? High blood pressure? Bro, you understand that this
like, this thing is stressing me out. Like, then why the fuck don't you just leave?
Fear. That's why the devil operates in fear. His design is put fear into your heart, and God don't operate in fear. They say you can't have both. You gotta have fear or faith. And if you have faith that God gonna send you a beautiful partner, then you'll get it. You'll walk away, and then He's gonna fulfill that gap for you. But if you walk in fear, you're gonna stay where you at. A lot of people don't never leave jobs. They don't leave relationships. They don't leave whatever it is alone. Certain habits. They don't stop drinking and smoking because they fear to face themselves. They fear what's on the other side of that. All it is fear. Most of it is just fear. That's why when I hear people say that, I'm like, you scared. You ain't full of the Holy Spirit. You don't really have trust in God for real. You scared. You don't even want to let God send you a partner. You want to be in control. That's why you think in the Bible said lean on to my own understanding and not your own. his understanding is going to be, I'm going to send a guy named Matt for you. No, it's not going to be blah, blah, blah that you was dealing with. No, he's not going to may have this, but he's going to be good for your soul. That's your soul partner. And watch, you're going to be happier than you ever been. And then boom, there you go. But what if you was fearful and you would have stayed right there? You gaining 20, 30 pounds, you're stressed out, you're smoking cigarettes, you don't know what to do, you fighting with bras, you don't even know these women, you know what I'm saying? They coming to you, you going through all this craziness. I would have did the same thing.
Because of being afraid.
Being afraid to take the leap of faith and seeing what God got for me. Come on, dog. We can't do this. You got to stop that nonsense. But anyway, we dragged this out.
Yes, thank you guys for tuning in on that note.
That's right. See you.
Have faith, right?
Have faith, not fear. Can't do both.
Right.
Peace. I'm out.